Most people know about historic Route 66, the iconic highway stretching from Chicago to Los Angeles, capturing the spirit of American adventure. It connected communities and fueled dreams during its heyday. Today, people still travel this legendary road, seeking nostalgia and a glimpse of America's past. But amidst the fame of Route 66, another historic trail remained nearly forgotten for several decades. Maine's own hidden gem, the Pine Tree Trail. It was established in 1937, and this remarkable route winds over 500 miles, starting in vibrant city of Portland, Maine, and ends in the town of Fort Kent, the home of America's first mile. We embark on an extraordinary journey to meet the man who saved the Pine Tree Trail and has dedicated himself to preserving its forgotten history. Nate's an incredible individual, and he lives on the Pine Tree Trail. Let's head up north and go visit him at his shop, because Nate's job isn't like most. He's an incredibly talented artist that makes chainsaw moose. So let's find out how he got started with that and how he saved this trail. So how long have you said you've been doing this to kind of figure out the ins and outs of this thing?
8.5 years, and originally started out with a 20-inch bar on a 55cc saw, and I was making the bigger ones. The detail, of course, wasn't even close to what it is now. A few years ago I changed over to a dime tip, and you can get a lot more detail, closer cuts.
So what made you decide to make moose out of all things?
I started out making little white birch reindeer years ago, probably about 5 times this size. And somebody asked me if I could make a moose. So I came up with a similar idea of the moose, but it just got more detailed over the years. And this is what it's coming out to look like right there.
So what were you doing when you found it?
Scrapping metal, basically looking for any metal I can find around our yard line and property over here. Probably after I sold everything I owned and didn't have any money or anything, and I found it, and it didn't look too good. And I used to watch American Pickers and stuff with the paint missing and everything. They'd say, well, it's not much value, but I ended up hanging on to it for quite a while. Hung it on my wall for a little bit, and I actually hung it out on the garage there for a little while also over the years, till 2019. Then we started looking into it and found out that nobody even knew the trail existed. So there's a town line sign right over here, and basically about 20 feet from that sign into our property here is where I found it originally. Now it was somewhere up in here. As you can see, there's still little pieces of metal and stuff. I don't know exactly where it was, but it had lots of leaves on it, and it barely just had a little piece of metal sticking out right here. And then when I pulled it up, and all dirt and everything and rocks on it, you can see that it was just the old embossed sign. And I started looking into it. I had some time during mud season and started looking into the origin of the sign and everything, and we found that there was no information. It was nearly impossible to come across any pictures or anything online. The only thing I found was legislation from Digital Maine that said in 1937 an act was passed to designate a certain route as the Pine Tree Trail, and it would be from Portland to Fort Kent. And basically it took me 3 years to dig as much information as I did up about it, with the help of my fiance Robbie and Matt Dunlap, the former Secretary of State. We looked into it and found that it was still the law of the land. Over 3 years after that, I dug up little information here and there that can be seen on pinetreetrail.com.
Nate's discovery of this sign is super important. He's found a part of history that was almost forgotten and reminded us all of something that I think we really need to focus on. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's easy to get caught up in the fast-paced rhythm and miss the moments that truly matter. The Pine Tree Trail isn't going to take you across the state of Maine the fastest way possible, but within it, there lies a lot of opportunities to slow down, to step off the beaten path, and rediscover the essentials that makes life truly meaningful. It's about leaving behind the chaos, the deadlines, and the constant rush. It's about immersing ourselves in the beauty of nature, in the stories of the vibrant community, and to simply enjoy all the things that surround us. The Pine Tree Trail invites us to embrace the present, to savor the breathtaking landscape, and to engage with the people who have shaped the very fabric of Maine. It's a reminder to slow down, to breathe in the crisp, fresh air, and to immerse ourselves in the moments that truly make our hearts come alive. It's an invitation to live life to its fullest, to cherish the connections we forge along the way, and to be a part of what makes Maine truly extraordinary. So take a step back from the hurried pace of your day-to-day life and embrace the Pine Tree Trail. I challenge you to go explore this 500-mile road and all the adventures that lie off it. Don't rush, take your time, and enjoy it. Thanks to Nate, there's 130 new signs up marking the trail, so you can truly get out there and go discover something awesome. And if you'd like to get involved and help the efforts in restoring, check out pinetreetrail.com.